The 2021-2022 NBA season is officially over, with the Golden State Warriors winning the Larry O'Brien Trophy after beating the Boston Celtics in 6 games, and it's a good time to look ahead for next season. Welcome to the Squad Dawkins channel. Here we rank the NBA superstars you cannot trust on your favorite team in the upcoming NBA season. Number 5. James Harden. If Harden doesn't pick up his option this offseason, he is officially a free agent. And exactly what sort of payday the Sixers willing to stomach is the question on everyone's mind. Harden was the league's MVP a mere 4 years ago. Since then, he has pouted his way out of both Houston and Brooklyn, and seems unlikely to ever return to the form that once made him arguably the greatest offensive player of his generation. The plus side of the occasionally plus-sized Harden is that, unlike other stars in this list, you can usually count on him to actually play, and he's such an intelligent player that it's easy to imagine a situation in which he just transitions into a savvy playmaking point guard while no longer being a consistent 30-point-per-game scorer. The downside is that he's frequently out of shape, disappears in playoff games, and now has a reputation as a serial malcontent. Number 4. Russell Westbrook. On the positive side, his contract is up in a year. For those of us who remember what he was like at the height of his powers, the Westbrook plight is a truly depressing one. He just played on his 4th team in 4 years, the latest being a miserable Lakers squad that was relentlessly hurling him under the bus by season's end. His game doesn't seem to be in decline so much as an abject deterioration. It would not surprise us if Russell Westbrook does not get another NBA contract once his current one is over. He plays no defense, a turnover machine, and has a low basketball IQ. He will also make $47 million next year and demonstrably makes your basketball team worse. Number 3. Anthony Davis. Since helping guide the Lakers to secure the 2020 NBA title, the 28-year-old has struggled to stay on the court. In the last 2 seasons, he played a combined 76 games, including 5 games in the 2021 playoffs. The injury shortcomings point to more significant concern, especially with the Lakers trying to maximize LeBron James' remaining window. Davis is repeatedly showing the franchise that he can't be relied upon as the secondary star alongside James. His talent is unquestionable when healthy, but the caveat regarding his availability is always becoming an issue. The Lakers may not dive headfirst into exploring trade options for Davis, but it may be something the team will have to consider in the near future. Number 2. Ben Simmons. At only 25 years old, Simmons probably has the most upside of anyone on this list. When he is playing, he is a top-shelf defender and an absolute menace in a transition offense. But the key phrase there is when he is playing. Simmons sat out the entirety of the 2021-22 season with mental issues and then back issues. In the 2021 playoffs, Simmons essentially decided to stop shooting the basketball, a fairly crucial part of the sport, even for a guy whose specialties are defense and passing. Prior to that, Simmons had made 3 All-Star teams and was considered one of the most promising young players in the game. If you have Ben Simmons on your team, there's a decent chance you have a cornerstone player for years to come. But there's also an at least semi-decent chance he simply never plays basketball again. And you'll also be paying him upward of $100 million over the next 3 seasons. Number 1. Kyrie Irving. Irving is a player whose game is famously admired by his peers, which has historically made his general toxicity somewhat underrated. He has earned a reputation as an insufferable asshole everywhere that he has played. He demanded a trade away from the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James, scorning a team that had made 3 straight finals runs to join the rival Boston Celtics. Then, he bailed on Boston after declaring he would stay long-term. By all accounts, the reason James Harden forced a trade from the Nets is that he was sick of dealing with Irving's bullshit. And Harden spent 3 years playing with Dwight Howard. Irving is a breathtakingly gifted player who only sometimes shows up to play, literally and figuratively. It's getting hard to argue that the good outweighs the bad with this guy, and the Nets have a tough decision to make now, when he's eligible for a contract extension. Tell us in the comments, who's the player you cannot trust on your team? And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share and subscribe. For more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Free Dawkins and Vintage Dawkins, and follow us on social media.